how's everyone doing today? This is my TED Talk about leadership and what I find most important about leadership. Um, in today's world, a lot of things can go wrong, a lot of things can go right. It's just very tumultuous, and we just don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow or 5 days from now or a year from now. So, a lot of leaders have to be adaptable. Um, and like the late, great Kobe Bryant once said, you have to be the same beast but a different animal. And I think that's a really important trait to have as a leader. You have to be headstrong, but you have to know when to be headstrong and when to be adaptable. If you're playing on a sports team and you're the primary leader on that team, the primary scorer, there are times when other players get hot and you have to give them time to play their game to help the team win. In an organizational role, you might have different attitudes, clashing heads, and maybe as a leader, you think, oh, let me intervene, let me stop that. But also times you might have to pull back and let them figure it out themselves. So you just have to know when to be adaptable and when to have a say in the matter. So I think a lot of times when it comes to adaptability, people think it's just you you wait by the sides and you kind of let things play out, and however they play out, you kind of go with the flow. But I think you can be a very proactive, adaptive leader and kind of work on how you know your team as well. So if you are proactive and you know your team's this way and this way and this way, having different strengths and weaknesses, you can adapt to that. And let's say for a project, you have the most communicative person take the lead as opposed to the most technical person sit back and do other things. You could be very proactive and adaptable in that sense. And it all comes down to knowing your team, being able to communicate with your team, having empathy for their situation, because not everybody's going to come in having a great day. You might have a team member or a teammate come in and have a really bad day, and you still have to adapt to those situations as a leader, and you have to figure out what's best suited for them that specific day and how to take advantage of those strengths in that moment. Um, and you also have to be adaptable when it comes to changes in the environment. And changes are happening so fast, whether it be technological changes or social changes or economic changes. You have to be aware of all the situations. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Um, like if you were in charge of a marketing team and no one uses uh, Facebook anymore for marketing, you have to adapt. You have to figure out how to get into TikTok. You have to figure out how to get into Instagram. You have to move pieces around, find where your team's strengths are, how you can best fit in that environment to make the best decisions to benefit your team. You can't be head stuck and say things like, "Oh, I've been doing it this way since day one." Um, no, you have to go with the flow and find how to operate with those changes. Um, for example, Kobe Bryant, late into his career, um, he was a very dominant player and he used his athleticism for most of his game when he was wearing number 8. And as he got older and went to 24, his game changed too. He developed a turnaround fadeaway. He developed a little bit more of a jumper. He got his teammates more involved. It's all part of being, and he didn't see any less success doing that as well. So it's all part about it's all mental. He's the same person. He kept his headstrong attitude, his Mamba mentality, but he was willing to change his game for the benefit of his team, and he went on to win championships after that, where he wasn't as athletic as he once used to. So I think that can be applied to a great leader in terms of sports, in terms of management, in terms of operations. So yeah, it's all about that Mamba mentality and adapting to what your team needs at any given moment.